Okay, so kind of a funny coffee story to tell you all about. This happened not too long ago. I had come into work one day and didn't have much sleep, so I put a new pot on to brew, and rather than wait for it to finish brewing, I just took a cup out of the thing and I stuck it right under the decanter, and I filled up 2 cups that way of coffee, and I ate it, or I drank it down, and thought that I was good for a bit. I didn't realize it, but you get all the caffeine from the first couple of drips right out of the decanter when it's brewing out. And so I drank those 2 cups of coffee, and I had one hell of a caffeine dose come my way. Believe it or not, I actually had a disassociative experience from all that caffeine. I remember walking around and it felt like my head was floating above my body. It was really, really weird, and at the same time, it didn't perk me up. It actually made me want to go lay down in bed and go to sleep. And it was easily the worst afternoon of my life that I've had in a really, really, really long time. Drink well, my friends. Okay, so quickly here, I don't want to be I don't want to seem like I'm stalking you, April, but I did catch your live stream. Good timing on that, but I know you're going to certainly try to do VEDA, but even if you just take 5 minutes a day to do a live and just say, hey, this is what's going on today, I mean, that's plenty. I don't want you to burn yourself out doing this, but obviously you got to put yourself first on this. So if you do VEDA, if you don't, I'm not gonna look down on you for it or anything like that. But but hey, I finally caught you live, so hey. So yeah, I'm at work right now, and I'm just kind of getting ready to head out the door. Go grab one little thing quickly here. But yeah, you were talking about how your battery was going dead. My phone battery was fully charged in like the 15 or 20 minutes that you live stream. My phone battery went from like 100 down to like 54. So I got mine on the charger too now. Okay, so I just did my break at ChickfilA. See, the nice thing about being on the spectrum is once you get routines set up, in the case of something like this, going to Chick-fil-A, you walk in the door, it's like Cheers, everybody knows your name and they know what you get. And that makes getting lunch so much easier because you don't have to dick around waiting to order something. They just see you and it's like, you're going to get the usual? It's like, yep, and they punch it in and they have it ready to go when you're coming up to pay for it. And I like that a lot because it saves me time. Okay, April, so I'm going to answer a question I'm going to respond to something that you pointed out in your live stream this afternoon. I missed the beginning of it because I came in about a minute into it. When you were talking about like the fridge and how yours is packed and how mine is like really, really empty. Yeah, I do kind of live a minimalist lifestyle, but it wasn't, for me, it wasn't so much by choice. It was because when I moved out and got independence for the first time when I was 27, it was going from Wisconsin all the way out 1,000 miles west to Wyoming. And I had my little pickup truck. And so what I wound up doing was just going to a U-Haul place, and I rented the biggest U-Haul that they would let me get for my truck. And in this case, it was a little 5x8 trailer. And so I sorted everything out, prioritized it, and then we just loaded up everything into the back of that trailer and kept going until it was full, and then filled up the bed of my truck until that was full. And then when it was full, that was basically all that I took out with me, and I ended up not taking about a third of my stuff. That still sat at home. And I did it that way intentionally because I knew that, Wyoming was only going to be a temporary thing. At one point, I was going to have to make another move. It's just, when you work in the field that I do, there's not very many places to work, and you got to move around to get any kind of upward mobility in the industry. So I was in Wyoming for 3 years, and I moved myself out to Wyoming, and then I moved myself to another place in Wyoming, and then I moved myself to Iowa. And after all those times, even just that little bit was just so physically wearing on me. I was like, I've had it. And so ever since I've gotten here to Iowa, I have had movers do it. And still, it's always those darn movers. Every time that I've hired a mover, despite my best efforts to catalog and log and keep track of stuff, the movers will always, I think they make it a game to try and steal stuff from you. Like, for instance, when I moved first time here in Iowa from Cedar Falls to Cedar Rapids, the moving company, they stole the terminal screws off my speakers. And then when I moved from the apartment here in Cedar Rapids to the house, I hired a different moving company, and they stole a box of car care stuff that I had. And that was really annoying because I didn't catch the car care stuff box was stolen until I went looking for it like a month after the move. And so, finish up that thought, yeah, I lead a minimalist lifestyle, but it's not so much a choice of mine. Actually, with the house, I do want to get furniture in there and actually, you know, make my living room look like a living room and move all that stuff that you saw into the bedroom behind mine, which I want to turn into an office. I just need to find the time to do it. But I can't get any vacation right now at work because of the way things are here. So there is like road construction going on right now, and I am stuck in traffic because I need to turn left up here, and my normal left isn't going to work today because they're repaving the blacktop. This light up here is not programmed for the traffic flow change, and this is a very, very busy stretch of road here at 4:30, and so there's a very long line of cars. Well, I'm actually probably like fifth now, so when the light cycles again, I should be able to get through, but there's a very long line of cars behind me. Well, I'm at work right now. I'm actually in a bit of a holding pattern, just waiting for 10 o'clock to start. But yeah, this is my often workspace away from work. There's this lovely little satellite truck. There are the satellite components, and then there are the encoder components. And right now, it's just got up a lovely little bump shot. For a commercial breaker, come back to the news kind of bump. So you all saw the clock. Give myself a little better exposure here. So you all saw the clock in the first video. The clock is very sentimental for me, and I will tell you why that is. I am coming down my street, and I'm about to pull into my house. But today was a very, very productive day for me. And I know that I promised you that I would tell you the story about the clock, but I think I'll hang on to that story till tomorrow, simply because I know that what I have today is going to end up being kind of a lengthy video. And so, what the hell was that? Was that a rabbit, that one? I saw something white kind of flash up out of frame there. I found out today that if you do this, actually no, it didn't. Dink, dink. My headlight thing was doing a weird flashy thing, like if you held it in to kick the brights in, it would automatically do that, but I must have just been holding it in the wrong spot. Outdoor lighting up on the house. There's my lovely air conditioner, which is activated. Key in the door. Drop my keys on the ground. Punch the down button on the down. And that's going to be my So that is going to be VEDA Day 2 for me. If you like this VEDA Day 2, there'll be one coming up tomorrow. At least I'm going to do my best to get one up tomorrow. Who the hell knows what's going to happen, but I hope you stay and watch it. So in the meantime, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And please VEDA with me.